Hey guys, I am known as Moviedude18 on Twitter and Instagram, but my real name is Corey Davis. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but I moved out here when I was 18 with one goal in mind, to make movies. And I've recently been holding a lot of these reunions and anniversaries of 90s films like 10 Things I Hate About You and American Pie, but right now I'm in Beverly Hills at my favorite little hotspot, the Charles Adekoff Screening Room. So with these events, I started thinking about the 90s and the nostalgia and how these movies kind of just don't get made anymore. And if I can bring all these people out and they're having a good time and raise awareness that, hey, these movies demand to be felt, then as a filmmaker, I can start writing these films and bringing them back. My kind of goal with these events when it first started was just to kind of have fun. I kept showing up to these theaters for all these other reunions that weren't really done in a way that I thought was fun or cool. And I started realizing that should be me up there. You know, so many moderators, I feel like, ask really dumb questions. And it was something that I really wanted to do, but I was finishing up as a script reader. And then the opportunity came. I actually knew the co-writer and director of American Reunion, John Hurwitz, and his co-writer, co-director, Hayden Schlossberg. American Pie has always had that ultimate nostalgia for me. And then I realized the 15th anniversary was coming up. You look on BuzzFeed right now, and everything's promoting, you know, the 20th anniversary, the top 20 films from 20 years ago. And it's like, they're not even talking about Star Wars right now. And I asked him if I could host this, do you think that you could pull Jason Biggs? And he pulled Jason Biggs and Tara Reid, Eddie K. Thomas, John Cho. It sold out in advance, and I was blown away. I mean, most programmers spend 2 or 3 years, you know, trying to get a sellout, and right out of the gate, my first event sold out. How many times did you have to screw a pie?
Not enough.
And I also kind of wondered, why did you go with apple pie? I feel like cherry would make a little bit more sense. It went so well that John and Hayden also created Harold and Kumar and asked me to do the event, and I'm like, well, let me check my schedule. Of course, yes, and I was blown away. We ended up pulling almost 13 or 14 people from the cast there. 10 Things I Hate About You and American Pie are like my top 2 teen films, so this is like, it is a competition.
I think we can. What's the number one? What's better? What do you like more?
I'm sorry, it's American Pie.
Thanks for playing. Good night.
I invited creator Don Mancini, who is a childhood icon, and Darren Stein, the director of Jawbreaker, to Harold and Kumar to kind of see if, you know, they liked the vibe of what I was doing. I got Facebook messages from both of them telling me that that was one of the best Q&As that they have ever seen in all of their years of being in LA. And that we are going to reach out and get whatever we can for your shows. We're in for Bride of Chucky and we're in for Jawbreaker. The next thing I knew, 2 days later, it was like Jennifer Tilly, Corey Cienega, Alexis Arquette, Nick Stabile. Jawbreaker was the 15th anniversary with Darren Stein. And then 10 Things I Hate About You, which probably ended up being my favorite event of them all. We ended up having Joseph Gordon-Levitt come. I found out that morning that he was coming. To have him a part of the Q&A, and David Krumholtz, and you know, who came back from Harold and Kumar, it was insane. When People Magazine and OK Magazine and Us Weekly were all covering that event, I felt justified in what I was doing. At Power Rangers, I think we had probably the funnest audience we've ever had. We had people in costume, and I talked with Steve back and forth for months, and we got a hold of Jeff Pruitt, who was the second unit director and the stunt coordinator. We had more people come out. We were like 8 tickets away from selling out. Jeff, on his own time, went and dug through all of his footage. He edited it down himself and played this unseen footage of when the Rangers were training and when Mariska Hargitay was there. Every event, I keep seeing more and more people show up. More and more fans follow me on Twitter. I'd like to go bigger. I'd like to get more and more people. If I can start paying rent with these and make this my daytime job, that's what I want to do. Because then I can always write, and writing is my primary. This is my secondary. There's nothing more rewarding than when someone comes up to you at the end of a show and tells me something like, I never got a chance to see this film on the big screen, and what you did tonight was amazing and awesome, and I want to thank you. Now we're at this event where I'm coming up with Mortal Kombat, and we've got director Paul W.S. Anderson coming, and I'm really excited about that. The audience went crazy when we played the trailer. Every show that I've done 35mm with the exception of Bride of Chucky. There were just no prints available. That's also very important to me, is that it's always filmed. So once again, Mortal Kombat is coming up. Come geek out with me, guys. It's going to be January 30th at midnight at the New Art Theater. Hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at Moviedude18. Find me on Facebook, Corey Davis. Thanks everyone for the love and the support, everyone who's involved with this, my friends for taking all these videos and photos that you've kind of seen here, and putting this all together. Can't wait to see you guys. See you on the 30th. Flawless victory.